Breaking news this morning, 2 police officers shot overnight just outside of the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department. It's a story that Mandy Knoll has been following from the live desk all morning with an update on the officers and a search for the shooter. Mandy, good morning.
Good morning, Theo. Both officers are in the hospital right now, one with a gunshot wound to the face, the other to the shoulder. Earlier this morning, the St. Louis County Police Chief spoke. There were 70 or so protesters right outside the police department in Ferguson. Around midnight, the crowd started to disperse. Then at least 3 gunshots rang out. Conditions of the police officers have not been released, but the chief says they are with their families and conscious this morning. Officers, he says, cannot continue to sustain the dangerous conditions in Ferguson.
That's not an indictment on everybody that's out there certainly expressing their First Amendment rights, but when we have seen in law enforcement that this is a very, very, very dangerous environment for the officers to work in, regarding the amount of gunfire that we have experienced up there.
We've got to look at some raw video at the scene as those gunshots rang out, as well as an update and why police say these officers were targeted. From the live desk, Mandy Knoll, WMBF News.
New details after Horry County Police catch a man they say was involved in an assault. We first told you about this incident yesterday right here on WMBF News Today. Investigators say 47-year-old Bruce Beckman was arrested and charged with attempted murder, armed robbery with a deadly weapon, kidnapping, and grand larceny. Police were first called to the scene after people in Starboard Court said shots were fired and a car left the area at a high rate of speed. When police arrived, they found a man covered in blood. The victim was taken to Grand Strand Medical with injuries that were not life-threatening. Meanwhile, a man has been charged with 3 misdemeanors after crashing his car into a home in North Myrtle Beach. Police say Jimmy Kultsunis turned himself in on March 4th. Kultsunis was charged with leaving the scene of an accident, striking fixtures on or adjacent to a highway, and damage to a residence. A family woke up to find a huge hole in their home on March 1st. No one was injured, but $15,000 worth of damage was done. When we talked to that homeowner, he said there have been 3 other accidents at his house. Leaders are now considering adding more signs to Waterside Street near 6th Avenue South. Those signs would warn drivers about that sharp curve. Happening today, the 2015 Spring Outlook Luncheon at the Florence Civic Center. The Florence Chamber is holding this event. It's at noon. You'll remember that we told you Governor Nikki Haley will be the keynote speaker. The governor and community leaders will talk about the current state of business in the PD and how to move forward. Awards to members of the Florence business community will also be given out. The city of Hartsville has been certified as a connected community. Hartsville is the 6th one in South Carolina to get this award. Connect South Carolina recognizes communities that improve access, adoption, and use of broadband technology for families, organizations, and businesses. The mayor says the changes will make the city grow economically. The City of Hartsville Broadband Committee has been working since August 2013 to get this status. The Coast RTA has announced the names of the finalists being considered for the position of general manager. They are James Perez, Barney McCoy, and Brian Pisiak. Local businesses and community leaders are expected to meet those candidates at a reception. The Coast RTA board launched its national search for a new leader back in November. Julie Norton-Dew has served as interim general manager since April 2014. It's spring break season, and that means plenty of college students visiting the Grand Strand to have fun. But there's one group which traveled here for more than just our sunshine and beaches. Katrina Helmer is live with a college challenge through Habitat for Humanity of Horry County.
Well, sure, it doesn't have a roof and the walls aren't quite done yet, but soon enough, this will be a house. And college students are providing the labor all for free and all for a good cause.
This normally quiet neighborhood is in for a bit of a makeover. These college kids traveled 850 miles from Boston University to this plot of land in Longs, not to party for a week, but to help build a home with Habitat for Humanity of Horry County.
We came in on Monday, it was just slab, and all these walls were built by us. Granted, there were a lot of mistakes, but fixable mistakes.
The team literally started from the ground up with the site coordinator helping every step of the way.
Well, that work gets done fast. There's a lot of hands doing it, and many hands make for light work.
The site supervisor has more than 10 years professional experience framing custom houses. This is his first house with Habitat in his new role as coordinator.
The fact that they're not from this area and still willing to come in and help, it means a lot. And Tonda, the homeowner's here with them today, and it's neat that they get to meet her and see that what we're doing here is so good, and the people that we build houses for are very deserving.
Better to do for my spring break than doing something good for somebody else instead of something for myself. And it's actually been a really enriching experience. I got to meet a lot of new people. I've learned a lot about building houses, and I just feel like this has been the best way I've been able to spend my spring break.
The group from Boston University will be here through the rest of the week, but as you can tell, there's still a lot of work to be done. That's why another university group is going to be coming in next week. Habitat for Humanity hopes that all of the work will be done in 8 to 10 weeks from now, weather permitting. Reporting live in Longs, Katrina Helmer, WMBF News.
Meanwhile, Florence County School District 3 is holding a teacher recruitment fair. This is happening on Saturday, April 18th. The fair will be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Stables building on the campus of the Inn at the Crossroads. That's on West Main Street in Lake City. You must be certified to teach by August of this year to apply. Positions that are open include secondary English, math, science, and social studies, as well as special education. The deadline to register is Friday, April 10th. To do that, head over to WMBFnews.com. Of course, we have that link for you in this story under the local tab. A reminder for you right now, the meet and greet sessions for the candidates in the running for superintendent in Florence School District 2 end today. District employees can stop by the Hannah Pamplico Elementary and Middle School cafeteria from 3:15 to 4 p.m. Parents, you can drop in from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. The 3 finalists are Dr. Robbie Adele, Dr. David Nutt, and Neil Vincent. The school board hopes to name the new superintendent sometime this month. You can attend a stovetop fire stop demonstration next Wednesday night at 7:30. The Myrtle Beach Fire Department is holding that event at the Base Recreation Center on Gabreski Lane. You'll see how to use a magnetic top to put out fires on your stove. The top is magnetic and it's placed under the range hood or microwave. A trailer with a glass door will allow you to see all that action. New at 5, a warning for you. Crooks are they're now targeting your smartphone. Cyber criminals now using fake FBI notices to lock your phone. Our Raycom News Network special report has what to do if this happens to you.
If you have ever seen this message on your cell phone, it is not good news. Aaron Mitten with Cell Phone Technician says it means you're the victim of a cell phone ransom attack.
It locks your phone down and you cannot use your phone until you send $350 to $450 to an undisclosed address, at which point you should receive an unlock code, which allows you to then use your phone again. However, that code doesn't work.
Computers were once the main target for cyber crooks, but with the smartphone boom, criminals have more options. Mitten says he's seen an increase of customers with phones infected with malware.
People can use this, access the internet 10 times faster than a portable laptop. Unfortunately, the hackers have also modified themselves and their abilities to, hack this.
Experts say you are usually infected when you install malicious apps on your phone. So make sure you double check where that app is coming from and what permissions you are agreeing to. The crooks are usually after your cash. We asked Mitten if any of his customers fell for that deception.
None yet. They're smart enough to go to their local repair shop, Cell Phone Technicians.
Phone experts say Android users are usually the victims, but warn Apple users not to let their guards down.
Apple has traditionally been a closed operating system. However, hackers have been working just as hard to crack their systems.
Min says if your phone is infected, you will need to do what's called a hard reset. This will take the phone back to its original factory settings.
Hackers are thinking of everything these days. Well, it's important to keep in mind that if you do the hard reset, you're going to lose anything stored on the phone like pictures, contacts, and text messages. The South Carolina House has refused to give up to $10 million to 22 counties for cleanup costs from last winter's ice storm. Opponents say the aid throws the budget out of balance and reflected estimated rather than actual costs. The storm in February 2014 left up to an inch of ice across the state. Remember that one. Those for the measure say federal aid was given to South Carolina and believe the state should help too. A senator has filed a bill to separate the health and environmental functions of the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. It follows Eleanor Kitzman withdrawing her nomination to be DHEC's director last month. The senator says some of the questions during her confirmation hearing made him realize that DHEC is too big for one person to run. His bill would put the agency's health responsibilities into a new division. The Horry County Fair, it's expected to return next month, folks. It's going to run from April 10th through the 19th at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The price for adults to get in is $5. Admission for children 5 and older will be $3. You can buy a wristband for $25 for unlimited rides all day. Live music performances, NASCAR racing, just a few of the activities. To see the full list of events, head over to WMBFnews.com. We have them listed in this story under the local tab. A new scandal is rocking the Secret Service. Why 2 agents are no longer protecting the president.
And enjoy this warm morning because our temperatures will be falling all day long. I'm taking you through the next 24 hours after the break.